Let's go down this page, because these are the things I'd like you to take away. First, the national website. Okay, you've got your website. I think there's a regional website that you could go to that talks about all the U3As in this region that you sit in. And then there's the national website. So the question remains, when do you have time to go to this website? I figure it's between 2 to 4 a.m. in the morning. Now, you know you have that time free. You do. It's the time that I have free, so I know you've got that time free. What I'm trying to say is, you can't do everything. But I'm asking you to at least once tap into, if you have the facility, our national website. And why do I want you to do that? It is a way that we communicate all the time. Things that are coming up very quickly sometimes we don't have other ways to get it out to you fast. So if you are at least aware that this website exists, and if you tap into it, you'll be amazed at the amount of material that's up there. Absolutely amazed. So don't do it between 2 and 4 a.m. in the morning, because it might keep you up until 5 in the morning. That's not any good for the next day. So sometime when you do have a minute, just tap into it and see what's there. The national office. Oftentimes there are things that, like the publicity materials, or other questions that you might have, and it's the national office that will be available to you to answer those questions. All right? So I wrote that down just so that you all know what it is. I mentioned the going forward leaflet, booklet. We've already talked about that, so check that one off. Next, somebody talked about MOOCs, and I'm glad it came up before my talk, because here, this next one here, where it says websites. Keep up to date, register, subscribe to e-letters. Well, MOOCs are massive open online courses. Right? And I believe that this is the future for all education at every level. Right? Not the entire future, but a future. These are courses that you can download online, that you can participate in online for free. Right? They are courses that are put together by university professors all over the world. So you might decide to take one course by a professor from Beijing, or one from Stanford in California, or the 21 universities here in our country that are participating. How fascinating is that? Topics, hundreds if not thousands of topics up there. Now, we do our learning in groups. This is online, one-to-one. How are we going to use that kind of material? Well, here's how some U3As are starting to use it as a resource, just like a book that you take off the shelf. So, a member takes this particular course. It usually takes 6 weeks, sometimes 8 weeks. They're not really long, they're really short kind of courses. Learns all about that topic and starts a new study group, because they've learned all that online. Another person decides, well, that could be very useful to the group I've already got. So, for those that are capable of taking down that resource, in other words, taking this course, they use it as a facility to add to their discussions already in their study group. And then another group decided, well, all of my members were going to do this together. So during the week, they follow along the course as you do online, and they come together in their monthly meetings, as we do, and they discuss what they had all participated in online. So U3As are deciding how to use this new material, this new resource that is available for all of us. Now you'll see down there, the very first one is Future Learn. That's how you can find out about all the courses that we in the UK universities are putting out there. And we in U3A were invited to alpha test these courses when they first started. Alpha test meant they weren't going out there, they wanted to see how we interacted with it. And so I said, yes, I think U3A members, some would be interested in doing this. So we did this. This was about a year and a half ago. And because I said that, I thought, okay, maybe I should do it as well. Now listen, I don't have time to do these courses. But I thought, okay, if I'm going to ask others to do it, I better do it too. So, and not only that, I'm not interested in online courses. That's how I approached it. Good way to approach it, isn't it? Totally negative. But I'm telling it like it is. So, I had two choices for this alpha testing. One was on marketing. Well, I know something about marketing, so I thought, no, I'm not going to do that one. I'm going to do the other one. On moons. You know, the moon up in the sky? Those kind of moons. My background is arts, not science. Could care less about the moon up there. I figured, you know, all right, that's what I'll do. I'll hate it, so I won't have to say anything to anybody, and I'll just say it's really rubbish. So, I had to press one button to do this. I figured I could do that. Press the button. And it came up. Okay. Okay. What happens next? What's the next one? Well, they got me. They got me. It was fascinating. It was the way they put it together. Little snippets, things that even I could remember. Making access to things that I thought I, didn't have a clue about. Fascinating, absolutely fascinating. All right, that's my experience. That's all I can say to you. I commend it to you. Tap that button on Future Learn. But then there are others here. The very bottom one is the MOOCslinks.com that puts you all over the world in these courses. And you'll be absolutely fascinated. I put the RI channel up there. Fascinating channel to link into. The BBC, Learning for Adults, unbelievable resources there. And then the Open Learn from the Open University. A wealth. The biggest library in your house, right there on the shelf, right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can't think of a topic that's not up there. Maybe you can. Take a look. It's exciting. It truly is exciting. All right, next one down. Events. We've got 2 events that are coming up. There'll be more, but 2 that I want to point out to you. We're going to be debating in the House of Lords again. It happened 2 years ago. We were the only adult organization to ever debate in the chamber of the House of Lords on the floor. We were invited. It was intergenerational. Their outreach program does this every year, but usually with kids. And we were invited 2 years ago. It was an honor. And because we were invited 2 years ago, once we did it, it was a huge success. We had U3A members from all over the country participate. And it was a great success, and so chalk that one out. But somehow we got on databases all over the place, nationally, because of that. And we've been invited, unbelievably, to places where we had knocked on doors that nobody wanted to know. And now they're inviting us. And lo and behold, about 6 weeks ago, I get a phone call. This is the outreach program of the House of Lords. You know, those kind of calls that you get all the time. I'm saying, yes. We're just wondering whether the U3A would like to participate in another debate on the floor of the House of Lords. I'm looking at the phone, trying to figure out, do we want to participate? So I say, of course, well, U3A would be pleased to help you out on the debate. No, I didn't say that. But they have invited us again. And so we are going to be doing that. You'll be getting Third Age Matters really sometime this week. Did you get yours already? I haven't been back home, so I haven't seen it, but there'll be a notification in there about that, so take a look in Third Age Matters. So that happens on the 28th of November. Exciting, really exciting. And then the other event is the sealing of the Magna Carta, 800th anniversary, is 14th of June 2015. This is important. I was invited to a meeting in the House of Commons this time on anniversaries. They have a whole group that talk about important anniversaries. We've never been invited to that before. As I say, we're on some kind of database that I get these invitations to learn about it, and this is going to be a huge event. The Magna Carta, of course, is the basis for democracy all over the world, and therefore, whether it's the Commonwealth or the United States, everybody's going to be involved in this big week in June. But there are going to be events all year long. So I will be sending out email links to where these things are happening. But I wanted to let all of our U3As know about it, because I think we have very fundamentals of how we could celebrate this within our own U3As. Lecture on the Magna Carta and everything that surrounds it. The Chartists, I believe, is founded in these parts. All these things leading up to our democracy, right? So I put that in your mind's eye now, early, before next June. You'll see a lot in the papers. It makes a perfect study group for those of you that really want to get to grips. And you'll be finding a lot of resource links. So I put that in your mind. Next, I want to mention the U3A and U pullout in the Third Age Matters. It was dealing with 29 questions that we get most often in the office and the answers. And I have what it looked like here. Hopefully you all recognized it in the spring 2014 edition. Okay. Next, more time to learn. We've talked about that already. U3A and Me leaflet. We do have these leaflets, and I wish I had known, maybe I would have mentioned them before I came up about your coffee morning. But what's interesting about these leaflets is that these are quotes from actual U3A members. Not what I said, not what some official says, but what real U3A members say. Like Jean, U3A taught me things I've missed along life's ways. And let's see, Brian. U3A gave me a chance to expand my interest and learning in a very convivial atmosphere. A wonderful opportunity and affordable. I'm done. I thank you for your patience.